Welcome to a world where ordinary coins hide extraordinary fortunes, where a single $50 could be the difference between spare change and life-changing wealth. Before you scroll away, take a second look at your old US coins, because what seems worthless today might be the rare treasure everyone else missed. Stay with us, this discovery might shock you. Let's get started. First up in the 1973, D. Kennedy $50 has become one of the most talked about coins in American numismatic history, not because every example is worth millions, but because of the mystery, myths, and rare exceptions that surround it. When collectors hear stories of ordinary-looking U.S. coins transforming lives overnight, this coin is often pulled into the spotlight. It represents the powerful idea that hidden fortune can exist in plain sight, resting quietly in drawers, jars, and forgotten collections. That sense of possibility is what keeps millions of people searching their coins to this day. At first glance, the 1973 D. Kennedy $50 looks simple, even ordinary. President John F. Kennedy's dignified portrait on the front, the presidential seal on the reverse. But beneath that familiar design lies a deeper story. This coin was struck during a transitional era in U.S. minting history, when silver had already been removed from circulation $50, making high-grade examples harder to find today. While most are clad coins worth face value, a tiny number stand apart, commanding intense attention due to condition, striking anomalies, or extraordinary preservation. What truly ignites excitement are the rare mint errors and ultra-high-grade specimens associated with this year and mint. Coins with dramatic double dies, off-center strikes, missing layers, or exceptionally sharp details graded MS-67 and above can sell for astonishing sums. These are the coins that fuel headlines, rumors, and viral videos. Stories of coins found in old rolls or piggy banks that later stun collectors and auction houses alike. It's not magic, it's rarity meeting demand at the highest level. Many people mistakenly label the 1973 D as a bicentennial coin, which adds to the confusion and mystery. True bicentennial coins were issued in 1975 to 1976, but the myth persists, and myths are powerful. They drive curiosity, searches, and conversations. In the world of coin collecting, belief often sparks discovery, and discovery sometimes leads to life-changing finds. This is why experts always say, never dismiss a coin just because it looks common. Condition is where fortunes are made or lost. A worn Kennedy $50 may be worth only 50 cents, but a flawless, untouched example preserved for decades can be a completely different story. Coins that survive with blazing luster, crisp edges, and zero wear are exceptionally rare, especially from circulation years like 1973. When such a coin is certified by top grading services, its value can multiply dramatically, attracting elite collectors willing to pay extraordinary prices. The emotional power of this coin also matters. The Kennedy $50 isn't just currency, it's history frozen in metal. It represents a nation still mourning a fallen president, a symbol of hope, loss, and legacy. Collectors don't just buy metal, they buy stories. And when a coin carries both historical weight and scarcity, it becomes something far more valuable than money. It becomes a tangible piece of American identity. Stories of million-dollar coins often come from the rarest edge cases, but those cases are real. They happen. Auctions have proven that the right coin, in the right condition, with the right anomaly, can sell for jaw-dropping amounts. That possibility is why experts urge people never to spend old U.S. coins blindly. One careless transaction could mean losing something that might have changed your financial future forever. This is why checking your old coin jars, inherited collections, and forgotten bankrolls is more than a hobby. It's a treasure hunt. The majority of finds will be ordinary, but all it takes is one exception. One coin. One moment of attention. One decision not to spend, but to inspect. For many collectors, that moment becomes the spark that turns curiosity into passion, and sometimes passion into profit. The world of rare U.S. coins is filled with surprises, and the 1973 D. Kennedy $50 stands as a perfect example of how value isn't always obvious at first glance. It reminds us that wealth doesn't always arrive loudly. Sometimes it whispers from the corner of a drawer, waiting to be noticed. That is the thrill that keeps collectors hooked and audiences watching until the very last second. Beyond its monetary potential, the 1973 D. Kennedy $50 represents the danger of ignorance and the power of awareness. Every single day, rare coins are unknowingly spent, lost, or melted simply because their owners never paused to ask questions. This coin has become a symbol of that missed opportunity, a reminder that knowledge itself can be worth more than gold or silver. In a world where most people rush past what seems ordinary, collectors slow down. And that difference in mindset is often where unimaginable value is found. Another reason this coin captivates audiences is the psychology of rarity. Millions were minted, yet only a microscopic fraction survive in elite condition or with dramatic mint errors. That imbalance creates fierce competition among serious collectors, driving prices higher and higher when the right example appears. Auction rooms fall silent, online bids explode, and suddenly a coin that once passed through countless hands becomes the center of attention. This is where legends are born, and why stories of overnight wealth continue to circulate with such intensity. What makes this narrative even more powerful is accessibility. You don't need to be wealthy to start looking. You don't need a vault or a dealer's license. All you need is curiosity and patience. The idea that a life-changing coin could be sitting in an old envelope, a family heirloom box, or a forgotten roll from decades ago is intoxicating. It turns everyday people into treasure hunters and transforms spare change into a potential gateway to financial freedom. Ultimately, the 1973 D. Kennedy half-dollar teaches one unforgettable lesson. Never underestimate what you already have. History, rarity, emotion, and demand can converge in a single object smaller than your palm. Whether this coin becomes a fortune or simply a fascination, its story proves that value is not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it waits quietly, until someone finally takes the time to look. So if you've ever wondered whether a simple coin could be worth far more than its face value, this story is for you. Because in numismatics, the line between ordinary and extraordinary is razor thin. Stick around, stay curious, and always look twice, because the next coin you hold could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Next up to in the 1974, D. Kennedy half-dollar has become one of the most talked about coins in modern American numismatic storytelling, not just because of its face value, but because of the legends, rumors, and rare anomalies that surround it. To many collectors, this coin represents the thrilling idea that extraordinary wealth can sometimes hide in the most ordinary places. Pulled from circulation, forgotten in drawers, or buried in old piggy banks, the Kennedy half-dollar carries the powerful symbolism of history, mystery, and the irresistible hope that a single coin could change everything. What truly captures attention is how a common-looking coin like the 1974 D. Kennedy half-dollar can spark such intense excitement among collectors and treasure hunters. While millions were minted, only a tiny fraction display unusual characteristics, minting errors, striking anomalies, or exceptionally high-grade conditions that can elevate their value far beyond expectations. These rare variations are what fuel the stories of jaw-dropping prices and record-breaking auction results, keeping the dream alive that a life-changing discovery is still possible today. The Kennedy half-dollar itself already holds deep emotional and historical power. Introduced after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy, the coin became an instant icon of American remembrance and pride. By 1974, silver had been removed from regular circulation halves, making high-quality or unusual examples even more intriguing. When collectors encounter a 1974 D coin with sharp details, mirror-like surfaces, or rare mint errors, it instantly commands attention and curiosity in the numismatic world. What turns curiosity into obsession is the idea of the one-in-a-million coin. Stories circulate of doubled dies, off-metal strikes, missing clad layers, and ultra-high-grade specimens that defy normal expectations. These rare pieces are the reason people are warned never to casually spend old U.S. coins without checking them first. In the right condition, with the right error, and at the right moment in the market, a simple half-dollar can suddenly become the centerpiece of a high-stakes collector bidding war. The modern coin market thrives on discovery and demand. As more people become interested in collecting, competition for rare and unique examples grows stronger every year. Social media, viral videos, and headline-grabbing auction sales have amplified interest, making coins like the 1974 D. Kennedy half-dollar part of a global conversation. Even the possibility that a rare version exists is enough to inspire millions to search through old collections, jars, and inherited coin boxes with renewed excitement. Condition plays a dramatic role in this story. A heavily worn coin may only be worth face value, but a pristine, uncirculated example with blazing luster can command significantly more. When that condition is combined with a rare mint error, the value can jump into extraordinary territory. This is where professional grading services become critical, as authentication and grading can instantly transform a simple coin into a verified collectible asset. Beyond money, these coins offer something equally powerful: the thrill of the hunt. The idea that history, art, economics, and chance all collide in a single object is what makes numismatics so addictive. Each Kennedy half-dollar tells a story of the era it came from, the machines that struck it, and the hands it passed through. Owning a rare one feels like holding a secret piece of American history that only a few people truly understand. For many, the fascination isn't just about becoming rich overnight, but about the possibility that value can exist where no one expects it. That forgotten pile of coins in the corner suddenly becomes a potential treasure chest. The ordinary becomes extraordinary, and the past connects directly with the present in a very tangible way. This emotional pull is why people never stop searching, checking dates, mint marks, and tiny details under magnifying glasses. The 1974 D. Kennedy half-dollar stands as a symbol of that possibility. While not every coin will be worth a fortune, the rare exceptions prove that miracles do happen in the world of collecting. Every legendary discovery began as just another coin until someone looked closer. That single moment of attention is what separates pocket change from priceless. So as we dive deeper into the world of America's most expensive and intriguing coins, remember this: value is not always obvious at first glance. Sometimes it hides in plain sight, waiting for the right person to recognize it. Stay with us, because the coin you've overlooked for years might just be far more powerful than you ever imagined, and its story is only just beginning. The excitement surrounding rare U.S. coins continues to grow because each discovery feels like unlocking a hidden chapter of American history. Collectors know that behind every legendary coin story is a moment of curiosity, someone deciding to look twice instead of spending change without a thought. The 1974 D. Kennedy half-dollar feeds this excitement perfectly, because it looks ordinary at first glance, yet carries the potential for extraordinary value when rare traits are present. This contrast between simplicity and possibility is what keeps audiences captivated and constantly searching. What truly drives collectors wild is the unpredictability of minting errors. These errors were never meant to exist, which makes them incredibly desirable. A slight misalignment, a missing layer, or an unusual strike can instantly turn a common coin into a numismatic marvel. When such an error appears on a historically important design like the Kennedy half-dollar, demand skyrockets. The idea that a government mint accidentally created something priceless only adds to the mystique and allure. The coin market itself is fueled by emotion just as much as money. Auctions are not only battles of budgets, but battles of passion, pride, and prestige. When a rare Kennedy half-dollar appears on the market, collectors don't just see metal, they see opportunity, legacy, and status. Owning a rare example means owning a piece of a story that few others can claim, and that exclusivity is often what pushes prices into astonishing territory. Another reason interest keeps rising is the generational transfer of wealth and collections. As old coin collections are passed down, many people discover valuable pieces without ever realizing what they had. This constant flow of newly discovered coins keeps the market alive and unpredictable. Every estate, every forgotten box, and every inherited jar of coins carries the thrilling possibility that something rare and valuable has been hiding in silence for decades. In the end, the magic of the 1974 D. Kennedy half-dollar lies in hope. Hope that value can be found where least expected, hope that history still has secrets to reveal, and hope that one careful look could change everything. This is why people keep watching, searching, and learning, because the next great discovery could be just one coin away, waiting patiently to be recognized. Next up to in the Kennedy half-dollar has always carried an aura of mystery, power, and hidden fortune, but few coins ignite curiosity quite like the 1981 P. Kennedy half-dollar. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary piece of pocket change, yet collectors know that some coins quietly escape circulation carrying secrets that can shock the world. This is not just a coin, it's a symbol of American history, legacy, and the thrilling possibility that something small can hold extraordinary value. Stories surrounding rare Kennedy have fueled dreams for decades, And that sense of discovery is exactly what keeps millions of people searching through old jars and forgotten drawers. What makes this coin so fascinating is the era it comes from. The early 1980s marked a turning point in U.S. coin production, with changes in minting practices, collector sets, and circulation quality. While most 1981 P. Kennedy half dollars were produced for collectors, a tiny number stand out because of exceptional condition, striking anomalies, or minting irregularities. In the world of numismatics, these small differences can mean everything. A flawless surface, a dramatic error, or a rare die variation can transform an ordinary coin into a headline-making treasure. The real excitement begins when you understand how value is created in the coin market. Coins are not priced only by age or metal. They are driven by rarity, demand, and story. A Kennedy half dollar connected to a unique minting error or preserved in near-perfect condition can spark fierce competition among elite collectors. When collectors compete, prices rise fast, sometimes reaching jaw-dropping figures that seem impossible for a single coin. This is why rumors of life-changing values continue to circulate and why people never stop searching. Another powerful factor is emotion. The Kennedy half dollar is more than currency. It represents a pivotal moment in American history. John F. Kennedy's legacy, the sudden creation of the coin after his assassination, and its lasting cultural impact all add emotional weight. Collectors are not just buying metal, they are buying history, symbolism, and prestige. That emotional connection can push prices far beyond what logic alone would suggest, especially when a coin is truly rare. Condition is where fortunes are made or lost. A circulated Kennedy half dollar may be worth only face value, but a pristine example graded at the highest levels can enter an entirely different universe of value. Coins preserved without scratches, wear, or dullness are incredibly scarce, especially decades later. When such a coin appears on the market, it creates instant buzz, intense bidding, and worldwide attention. This is how legends are born in the coin world. Then there are mint errors, the wild cards that drive collectors crazy. Off-center strikes, doubled details, missing elements, or unusual surfaces can turn a simple coin into a one-of-a-kind artifact. Error coins are unpredictable, thrilling, and often misunderstood, which makes discovering one even more exciting. Finding such an error feels like winning a hidden lottery, because no two error coins are exactly the same. This is why experts always say, never rush to spend old US coins without looking closely. What appears ordinary today could be extraordinary tomorrow under the right light, magnification, or professional grading. Countless stories begin with someone casually checking a coin and end with disbelief when its true nature is revealed. That moment of realization, the pause, the recheck, the racing heart, is what makes coin collecting addictive. The market for rare US coins is global and relentless. Wealthy collectors, investors, and museums constantly search for standout pieces to complete elite collections. When supply is tiny and demand is worldwide, prices can explode. Coins once ignored can suddenly become the center of attention, proving that value is not always obvious at first glance. This is exactly why videos like this matter. They open eyes, spark curiosity, and remind people that history often hides in plain sight. Somewhere, a coin is waiting to be noticed, studied, and appreciated for what it truly is. Whether it turns out to be worth a modest premium or something far greater, the journey of discovery is priceless. So before you dismiss that old Kennedy half dollar, take a closer look. Examine the date, the mint mark, the condition, and every tiny detail. Because sometimes the smallest objects carry the biggest surprises, and in the electrifying world of rare coins, knowledge is the key that unlocks unimaginable possibilities. The thrill of rare coin discovery lies in the fact that history doesn't announce itself loudly, it whispers. A Kennedy half dollar tucked away for decades may have passed through countless hands without anyone realizing its potential significance. Coins like the 1981 P exist at the intersection of timing, preservation, and chance. When one surfaces in exceptional condition or with a striking anomaly, it instantly becomes a conversation piece among experts, igniting debates, appraisals, and intense interest that can reshape its perceived worth overnight. What truly captivates audiences is the idea that value is hidden in plain sight. Unlike gold bars locked in vaults, rare coins live ordinary lives, inside drawers, boxes, albums, or inherited collections. The idea that an overlooked half dollar could command extraordinary attention fuels imagination and curiosity. This mystery is why people all over the world are suddenly paying closer attention to dates, mint marks, and subtle details they once ignored. Collectors often describe the moment of discovery as electric. The shine, the weight, the crispness of the strike. Everything feels different when you realize a coin might be special. That emotional surge is powerful, and it's what transforms casual interest into lifelong passion. Once you understand that rarity is not always about age, but about survival and perfection, every coin becomes a potential story waiting to be told. The modern coin market has amplified this excitement even further. Online auctions, social media, and viral videos have brought rare coins into the spotlight, exposing them to a global audience instantly. When a remarkable Kennedy half-dollar appears, the buzz spreads fast, and values can shift dramatically as demand surges. This digital age has turned numismatics into a worldwide stage where even a single coin can steal the show. The power of rare coins lies in their silence. They don't glitter like diamonds or announce themselves like headlines, yet they carry the weight of history and the promise of discovery. A Kennedy half-dollar resting quietly in a collection can suddenly command attention when the right eyes notice its details. That moment transforms curiosity into awe, reminding us that extraordinary value often hides behind ordinary appearances. What keeps audiences hooked is the idea that knowledge changes everything. The difference between spending a coin and protecting it can come down to a single detail, a sharp strike, a flawless surface, or an unusual characteristic most people overlook. Once you understand this, every coin feels different in your hand, as if it's asking to be examined more closely, daring you to uncover its true story. This is why the search never ends. Coin collecting is not just a hobby. It's a mindset built on patience, observation, and wonder. Each Kennedy half-dollar represents a chance, a question, and sometimes a revelation. And in a world where surprises are rare, the possibility that history and fortune could be sitting quietly in your pocket is a feeling that never loses its power. In the end, the true magic of the Kennedy half-dollar isn't just about money, it's about possibility. It reminds us that history, artistry, and chance can come together in the smallest form. Every coin carries a journey, and some journeys lead to astonishing outcomes. That's why searching, learning, and looking closer matter, because sometimes fortune isn't found by chasing it, but by recognizing what's already in your hands. Next up in the 1972 Liberty Kennedy half-dollar isn't just any coin. It's a gateway to unimaginable wealth. Imagine holding in your hand a piece of history so rare that collectors across the globe would pay astronomical sums just to own it. This isn't hyperbole. This coin has the potential to make ordinary collectors feel like they've struck gold overnight. While it looks like a simple silver half-dollar, its true value lies in its rarity, historical significance, and the meticulous craftsmanship that went into every strike. For anyone who's ever stumbled upon an old coin in a dusty piggy bank, this story is exactly why you should never underestimate what lies in your loose change. What makes the 1972 Liberty Kennedy half-dollar truly exceptional is its place in history. Minted during a pivotal era of American culture, this coin commemorates the legacy of President John F. Kennedy, a figure whose image symbolizes hope, ambition, and transformation. But unlike standard circulation coins, certain limited edition runs, mint errors, and pristine uncirculated pieces have turned this half-dollar into a treasure that can fetch prices most people wouldn't believe. Collectors often describe holding one as holding a piece of the American dream, and in some cases, that dream translates into tangible fortune. Every detail of the coin has been carefully scrutinized and documented by numismatic experts. From Kennedy's finely etched profile to the crisp lettering of Liberty, and In God We Trust, the craftsmanship is impeccable. But the magic isn't just in the design, it's in the rarity. Coins from 1972 with specific mint marks, flawless surfaces, or even tiny errors can skyrocket in value. For example, a coin in perfect mint condition with a P or D mint mark could be worth thousands, or even more, depending on the market and collector demand. The tiniest scratch or blemish can drastically affect its value, making the hunt for pristine examples both thrilling and potentially life-changing. Collectors often marvel at the story behind every coin. Each one carries the weight of history, the touch of a mint worker, and decades of unseen journeys in pockets, drawers, and collections. But the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar goes beyond sentimental value. It's an investment. Over the years, this coin has shown remarkable appreciation, outperforming many traditional forms of investment. Its scarcity combined with historical significance has created a perfect storm for value growth. People who held onto these coins decades ago are now discovering that what was once spare change is now a golden ticket to wealth. The thrill of discovering a rare Kennedy half-dollar cannot be overstated. Imagine digging through a dusty coin jar and pulling out a coin that could be worth thousands. The excitement, the heart racing, the realization that you might be holding a fortune. This is what makes collecting coins so addictive. It's not just about the monetary value. It's about the chase, the discovery, and the chance that a simple half-dollar could change your life overnight. The 1972 Liberty Kennedy half-dollar embodies all of this and more, capturing both the imagination and wallets of collectors worldwide. What separates ordinary coins from life-changing ones is provenance. Coins that have been carefully preserved in protective cases, or those that come from renowned collections, often command premiums that seem almost unreal. The 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is one such example, where meticulous care over decades can transform a seemingly ordinary coin into a collector's masterpiece. Many collectors spend years searching for just one perfect specimen, and when they find it, the payoff isn't just financial. It's a thrill that few experiences in life can match. Experts in numismatics often point out that market trends also play a huge role in a coin's value. The Kennedy half-dollar market is dynamic, with prices influenced by collector demand, silver content, and global trends in rare coins. Unlike typical investments, a rare coin can surge in value overnight due to the excitement of collectors spotting a perfect find. The 1972 Liberty edition is particularly sought after because it sits at the crossroads of history, scarcity, and artistic beauty. Owning one isn't just an investment. It's a statement of prestige and insight into a world most people overlook. The allure of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar goes beyond numbers. It's about legacy. Each coin is a symbol of an era, a tribute to a leader, and a snapshot of American culture frozen in silver. For collectors, owning one is like holding a piece of immortality. It's not just metal, it's history, craftsmanship, and a story that spans generations. Whether you inherited it, found it in a piggy bank, or purchased it from a collector, this coin carries a mystique that few other collectibles can match. But here's the most exciting part: opportunity. Many people underestimate what's hiding in plain sight. That stack of half-dollars in your drawer, the jar of coins gathering dust in the corner, or even the coins tucked away in old wallets, they could hold the very piece that changes your financial future. The 1972 Liberty Kennedy half-dollar has made millionaires out of everyday collectors, and with the right eye for rarity and condition, it could do the same for you. This isn't just a coin, it's a potential fortune waiting to be discovered. The mystique of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar doesn't end with its rarity. It's amplified by the stories collectors tell about them. Every coin seems to have a journey, a past that makes it even more valuable. Some were lost in couches for decades, only to be discovered by a lucky finder who instantly realized they had stumbled upon something extraordinary. Others have been meticulously preserved in collections, their silver surfaces gleaming as if frozen in time. The thrill of finding or owning one of these coins is not just about the money. It's about connecting to a living piece of history that has survived wars, economic shifts, and cultural revolutions. One of the most fascinating aspects of this coin is the sheer variety in its value. While many 1972 Kennedy half-dollars are common, the ones that carry minting errors, proof finishes, or uncirculated conditions can sell for prices that defy logic. Imagine holding a coin that a casual glance would dismiss as ordinary, only to discover it's worth tens of thousands of dollars in the collector's market. These nuances make the hunt addictive. Collectors study every line, edge, and mint mark with almost obsessive care because the difference between a standard coin and a fortune-making coin can be just a tiny detail. Silver content also plays a huge role in the coin's allure. The 1972 Kennedy half-dollar contains actual silver, which means even its material alone has intrinsic value. But collectors quickly learn that the true wealth is not just in the metal. It's in the story, the rarity, and the history that silver carries with it. This dual value, both as a precious metal and a numismatic treasure, makes the coin highly desirable. Some investors even diversify their portfolios by adding rare coins like this one because it combines tangible wealth with historical prestige. The emotional thrill of holding one of these coins is unmatched. When you run your fingers over the cool, smooth surface, seeing Kennedy's iconic profile staring back, there's a connection that's almost tangible. It's a moment of awe, a reminder that this small disc has witnessed decades of history. And for many, that connection is as valuable as any monetary gain. Owning a 1972 Liberty Kennedy half-dollar isn't just about financial potential. It's about feeling part of something larger, something timeless. The coin becomes a symbol of aspiration, luck, and the rewards of patience and knowledge. Market trends today make this coin more exciting than ever. Rare coins are no longer just for serious collectors. They're capturing the attention of investors, hobbyists, and even everyday people who stumble across them. Online marketplaces, auctions, and collector networks have made it easier than ever to buy, sell, and discover the hidden value in coins like the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar. In a sense, these coins have become modern-day treasure maps, leading those who are willing to hunt through collections toward life-changing discoveries. Every coin is a potential jackpot, and the thrill of the hunt keeps the world of numismatics alive and electrifying. Finally, the 1972 Liberty Kennedy half-dollar is more than just an investment. It's a story waiting to unfold. Whether you inherit one, find one tucked in a forgotten jar, or track down a rare specimen online, each coin has the potential to change your life. Its value is amplified not only by rarity and condition, but by the excitement and prestige of ownership. In a world where fortunes can change overnight, this coin represents both the thrill of discovery and the promise of wealth. For anyone curious about history, finance, or adventure, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is not just a collectible. It's an invitation to explore, discover, and maybe, just maybe, strike gold. So, if you're serious about unlocking wealth hidden in history, now is the time to check your collection, hunt through piggy banks, and research mint marks. The 1972 Kennedy half-dollar isn't just a collectible. It's a story, a treasure, and a life-changing opportunity rolled into one shimmering silver disc. Don't let these coins slip by unnoticed. For those who seize the moment, what looks like a simple half-dollar today could become the key to unimaginable fortune tomorrow.